miss our opportunity to sit with a snowman. Hey everyone! For the first time we are at Kennywood for Holiday Lights. We're excited to check out this holiday festivity. They already, we can tell, have so many lights. It is going to be a lot to look at. They also have a whole bunch of special shows, a bunch of special food. So we have a lot to look at. We hope we don't miss anything. We're really excited to check out all the shows and the food. Jen's especially excited to check out the food. So let's go take a look. Here's a look at the park map for the event. Even though they only put the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer meet and greet on the map, they do number everything. They do show you where the seasonal food and the Gingerbread Junction events are, but they just lump everything down here to show you what all they have, what all the numbers mean. They show you the several different food and drink locations, as well as the show's experiences, including a model train display, holiday reflections light show, the tree lighting ceremony, letters to Santa, etc. They have a lot here in terms of shows and experiences. They have signs in a few places around the park listing all of the shows and experiences. As we saw on the map, they have several of them. Of course, some of them don't open when the event starts. We have to wait a little bit, and some of them end early, like the Santa meet and greet, which ends on December 23rd because Santa has things to do after that. But if you want to see all of them for yourself, here is a QR code. Other than meeting Santa himself, one of the big highlights here is being able to meet Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So because of that, they have several different signs throughout the park pointing you to where you find him. This one you see as soon as you cross through the entrance gate. Right off the bat, before we even go through the tunnel into the park, the trees outside are covered in multicolored lights, and the poles going down the ramp leading into the tunnel have snowflakes all on them. They have the lights going down the ramp into the tunnel, changing colors, as do the lights actually inside of the tunnel. Now that we're through the tunnel, I wanted to jump a little deeper into the park to Gingerbread Junction, but don't worry, we'll return to the front of the park in a minute. 15 minutes after the park opens for the day, Santa arrives in Gingerbread Junction by train, so we wanted to be there to catch it. If you want to see Santa arrive in person, get to the park at opening and be sure to head back to Gingerbread Junction immediately. Lights are on everything inside the park. It's kind of incredible. Even the cart over here and the Candy Kaleidoscope is covered in lights. And the Good Night heart as well. Here's a nighttime look at the lights at that part of the park. They all blink, so they look really neat at night. The Candy Kaleidoscope has a few different holiday treats. They have these peanut butter trees. They also have color schemes for the holidays on some of their other treats. The chocolate marshmallow has some sprinkles. So do the chocolate fudge Oreos. The shop as a whole has some really good holiday decorations all around. A lot of tinsel, a couple of trees. And in a Kennywood logo bag, they have these gummies that are shaped like Christmas trees and snowmen. They have a couple of different designs. A couple of other little assorted odds and ends, like these mint tins. There's Elf, A Christmas Story, among others. They also have little Frosty the Snowman and Santa treats down here as well. And a red, white, and green sprinkled candy apple as well. Right next to the candy Kaleidoscope, they have a whole bunch of candies here to make you in the mood. The last one being held by a snowman. When you first enter the park during the holiday, you have a chance for a meet and greet of some of the characters. They switch out periodically. Right now we have the Kennywood Aero and Kenny himself, as well as a raccoon. Unfortunately, I'm not super familiar with that raccoon. I need to do my Kennywood research. Even the old mill's looking pretty festive, even though I don't believe it's running today. They put little ornaments hanging from the roof of the station in here. The Blockbuster game right past the old mill has switched up their prizes for the season. They have a banana with earmuffs, also a Santa banana, a purple banana with earmuffs, an elf banana, red banana with earmuffs, and a Christmas tree looking banana. Right next to the Blockbuster game is a model railroad in this building right here. So let's go in and check it out. This is a huge room. I wasn't expecting it to be as big as it is. That's a one-way trip around the room. This is a nice little touch. Santa got hooked on a wind turbine. They called in the fire department to get him down. There's a whole bunch of other stuff up high in this building, but of particular note is this model of steel curtain. That's really awesome. I'm assuming they had this displayed somewhere at some point. Now it's just in storage up here. Kind of wish it was down lower so we could get a better look at it, but I really like this model a lot. And then as you're about to exit the room, they have this cool winter-themed Kennywood mural. I guess it's like a little workshop behind this door, but still like the theming on the mural. The 1898 Coffee Co. is one of several different places inside the park that have something special for the holiday. They have an 1898 candy cane latte, and they also have peppermint hot chocolate and s'mores hot chocolate. The Kennywood gift shop's decorated nicely for the holiday. Little Christmas tree in the window and some smaller squishy Christmas trees and little Christmas lights in the window. And Jen hugging a Christmas tree. They have some festive sweatshirts and hoodies that say Kennywood Holiday Lights on them. And a couple of kid-sized shirts and socks for the Holiday Lights event. Some squishy reindeer. We have this kid-sized What a Day shirt. Most of the Holiday Lights clothing, at least in this gift shop, seem to be child-sized. Also, yet again, child-sized with this fun little racer shirt where Kenny is racing Santa. A couple other squishmallows for the holidays. They have Jingle, which is this little elf here. They also have a candy cane holding Santa hat wearing bear, I think, maybe, and a little reindeer holding a latte. If you like the little bit bigger squishmallows, they have Mrs. Claus as well. Some holiday-themed Kennywood mugs. This elf body and Santa's head. You can put Santa's head on the elf body. They also have this little Kennywood mug as well. Looks like a Christmas sweater. The neon on the jackrabbit, they always have stars in the queue, but the stars have been turned to red and green for the holiday. The big refreshment stand across from Jackrabbit has a light up Santa in an airplane with a banner saying ho ho ho. Here's yet another sign pointing you to Rudolph going this way toward the racer. But even more importantly right now, across the lagoon is an amazing view of some lights. 3 giant Christmas trees and other lights everywhere. It's a great place to stand for some awesome views. Also, the Holiday Reflections Light Show starts at 6 around the lagoon and goes every 30 minutes. So that's part of why it's so well lit over here. Outside of the carousel, all of the trees and bushes are covered in candy cane colored lights. And the candy cane colored lights go well with the booths that they have all around here. You can buy some Holiday Lights souvenirs. They have candy canes on there as well. Sign that says Holiday Lights on each of the booths. This one in particular is the Glow Shop. The carousel has had its lighting switched up for the holiday, showing red and green on the outside and then red and white on the carousel itself. Also in the vicinity right near Steel Curtain, they have a Nutcracker standing there for a meet and greet. This one pop-up restaurant booth for Holiday Lights, which is right near the Nutcracker meet and greet, has a 3-cheese fried ravioli, mozzarella wedges, and hot chocolate with marshmallows and cream. The games in Kennywood Park have been themed for the holidays. They have some jingle bells hanging down from the Fried Frogs game, and also a couple of stars. Next to that, the Pyramid Smash has some Pokemon prizes. Pikachu and Squirtle and Charmander and Bulbasaur all wearing holiday get-ups. Past that, they have a winner every time game, Naughty or Nice, that has Rudolph prizes, including Rudolph, Clarice, and a Bumble. The shop right past that is now Santa's Workshop. Inside, there's a nice big Christmas tree, bunch of holiday themed items. They even put a Santa hat on the Kenny that's right outside of that shop. The racer is currently closed for the season, but they didn't waste any space. They put lights all over it, some bells ringing, and a giant wreath in the station. Hey, Frosty! There's a sign out in front of the racer talking about how the coaster is about to turn 100 and their carpentry team is taking care to replace some sections of wood so that it's around for many more years to come. That's really cool of Kennywood to keep us updated on the progress. This little pop-up shop called Kennywood Memories will do some personalized items such as little Santa hats, but they also sell these 3 books: Kennywood, Roller Coaster Capital of the World, More Kennywood Memories, and Goodbye Westview Park Goodbye. Those 3 books, if you purchase the books, they have a sign out in front of the shop that says all book proceeds will be donated to the National Roller Coaster Museum and Archives, which is awesome. I'm tempted to buy one of these books myself. As I said earlier, I need to do my Kennywood research anyway. There's a food stand right next to Kennywood Memories that's currently serving the Savory Beef Pot Roast Bowl and the Mississippi Pot Roast Bowl, as well as the hot chocolate with marshmallows and cream. The little RC truck driving area has been updated for the season with a giant snowman and some frosty trees, as well as some giant Christmas light bulbs around the area. They added a little photo spot with 2 Christmas trees on either side of 3 penguins you can choose between to stick your head in. Jen likes the middle penguin. Well, the entire Steelers country section of the park is closed for the season. They have big gates out blocking the entire entrance. It's sad that they had to extend it all the way onto the dirt because they know people would just jump around to go in there. But even with Steelers country closed, they're keeping football alive by having Santa kick to a reindeer. This is one of the funniest light displays I think I've seen. And they're not just representing football, they have a polar bear golfing to a penguin who is holding up the flag. Hopefully that polar bear made his putt. Looks like he did. Well, we're finally getting closer to Rudolph right outside of Steel Curtain, and they have this nice little Rudolph photo op with these giant presents here. The queue for the Rudolph meet and greet has a really nice light up sign. Nicely decorated with a bunch of trees around it too. This is one of the fancier Rudolph meet and greet signs we've seen. So Jen talked me into actually waiting in line to meet Rudolph. While we're waiting in line, you get a nice view of the train track. They have a bunch of lit up gingerbread all along. Actually, real statues of gingerbread as well. After you meet Rudolph, you exit into a little tent that's full of Christmas themed ornaments and other items. A bunch of Rudolph merchandise. Jen found her new favorite thing. I have a cool Kennywood ornament and a mug, a Rudolph mug. And then some beanies themed to a few of the Rudolph characters. Out out at the deep fried Oreo shop outside of Steel Curtain. They have 3 different holiday funnel cakes. They have the s'mores funnel cake fries, the peppermint candy cane funnel cake, and the M&M's holiday funnel cake. They also, of course, like most places around the park, sell hot chocolate. Right next to the deep fried Oreo place are a bunch of claw machines. On top of the claw machines are big illuminated stockings. Also inside the claw machines, they have some new holiday prizes. These big round Santas and I guess Bumbles, probably just a regular Yeti, and a snowman. And over here in this little claw machine, they have Rudolph prizes as well. Even though this isn't specifically for the holiday, we're rarely here to see Aero 360 lit up. So here's a look at the Aero 360 with the lights on. Carousel Burger has at least one special holiday themed dish, so we're going to go inside of there for a minute. The interior of Carousel Burger is well decorated with a couple of little Christmas trees, some decorations going around the ring of the room. Inside of Carousel Burger, they have a special holiday peppermint candy cane milkshake, which is a vanilla milkshake with crushed peppermint candy topped with whipped cream and holiday candy sprinkles. The website also claims that the Nashville hot chicken tenders basket is special for the season, though I believe we saw it during the Halloween season. I could be mistaken, but we're going to try it anyway just to be safe. From the Carousel Burger, we got the Nashville hot chicken tenders, which comes with fries and a little tiny piece of a pickle spear. Wish it was a little bit bigger, but that's okay. And we also, of course, had to get the peppermint milkshake. It's got a bunch of little peppermint crumbles on top of the whipped cream on top. So for Nashville Hot, the tenders weren't too terribly spicy. They had a decent kick. It was good enough to be enjoyable. The chicken was pretty moist to be a thin cut of white meat. I was kind of surprised how moist the chicken was. The fries, Jen and I had differing opinions on them. Whatever they put on them, I'm not sure what is actually on the fries, but it gives them a nice crispy crunch that tastes really good. Jen just thought that they were okay. She didn't hate them, but she didn't love them either. I really enjoyed them personally. I thought the fries were great. The milkshake itself actually had a lot of mint. It's a really thick shake too, so you might want to let it sit for a minute before you drink it, unless you're okay trying to get that milkshake up for a couple of minutes up the straw. But inside, you can see there's a lot of peppermint inside the shake as well as on top, so you get a lot of mint and a really good crunch to your milkshake as you drink it. So we both really enjoyed that shake. Just across from Noah's Ark at the Kennyville stage, they do the Jingle Bell Jamboree a few times a day.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Holly. And my name is Joy. And welcome to our Jingle Bell Jamboree. What's a Jingle Bell Jamboree? I'm glad you asked, Joy. A Jingle Bell Jamboree is a party we host for our friends to show off their most holiday spirit.
Oh, and do all these people in the audience get to pick their favorite?
That's right. We need your help to pick our friend with the most holiday spirit. Swimming up from Sandcastle, we have the totally tubular Junction.
Joining us from Idlewild Park is the famous Duke the Dragon.
And last, but certainly not least, we have our favorite Kennywood critter, Jeeters!
Duncan, did you want to go first? Oh, it looks like, Duncan is not feeling very festive.
What do you think we can do to help?
Oh, I can fix that. There! It looks like Duncan is having a hard time getting into the holiday spirit. Maybe we could use some help to get him into the Christmas spirit.
What do you think we can do to help Duncan? What's that, Duke? You said Duncan needs a little Christmas? Oh, I love this song!
In the center of the park, they have a 100-foot tall Christmas tree with 250,000 lights on it. Yes, you heard that right, 250,000 lights. Once per day at 5:45, they do a tree lighting ceremony. So if you want to catch the ceremony, make sure you're here at 5:45. It's the only time they'll do it. Since that giant Christmas tree is the center of attention in this area, you might not notice from being too distracted by that tree, but the other trees in this area are covered in different colored lights. Each tree is a different color, got red, orange, blue, and green. Here's a nice view of the tree from across the lagoon all lit up. Here's an even better look at the tree. Now that I see it in person, I can actually believe that there are 250,000 lights on this tree. Here's a cool light display of a horse-drawn carriage, or a horse-drawn sleigh, I should say, with a bunch of fir trees around it. And now that it's nighttime, we can get a good look at Carousel Burger all lit up for the holiday, as well as the surrounding area with these various colored trees. The centerpiece is this LED Christmas tree surrounded by these LED Christmas tree and light bulb figures. I was hoping these lights at the bottom would sing along to whatever music was playing. It doesn't look like they do. It just looks like they flash one off. This is a fun area though. And right across from the Christmas tree, oddly enough, is an actual Star of David and menorah. So they have a little spot here to celebrate Hanukkah. If you're in the mood for a burger, but you don't want to go to Carousel Burger and pay Kennywood prices, you can always go right across the street to a McDonald's. This is a fun little field of candy canes right in front of the Creamery. I really like this display and this little patch of grass here with the carousel horse in the center. Because there are so many things covered in light bulbs, it's easy to miss things that are not covered in light bulbs. So I almost walked right by a manger scene. So yes, they do have a manger scene here in this open grassy patch out in front of the carousel. The Kennywood sign is very festive at the front of the park, covered in multicolored lights. Also, the windmill up here has color changing lights spinning around it. The pathway on the way to the windmill has lights flanking both sides. They have, what does that say? Santa's Depot? Yeah, Santa's Depot on here, on that side. And then on the other side of the walkway, they have a bunch of igloos, some tiny igloos, and this giant one in the center with penguins jumping off of it. And then the penguin kid's parent right there, I'm assuming, not watching their kids. They've outfitted this gazebo in blue lights. Looks really nice. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing up on the gazebo. There are a bunch of people up there. Oh, I guess it's just a photo spot. Yes, it's definitely a photo spot, and I can see why. What a cool view from here this is. This might be my favorite light decoration in the park. These hanging lights coming down from the trees, almost like a rain of lights. Not to mention they have some characters over here, ice skating. It's kind of a shame they put cool characters over there because I'm too distracted by these lights to even really notice them. Ice skating polar bear. Swan back there. Second ice skating polar bear. And some snowmen. The whole snowman family, I think. Yep, a whole family of snowmen, including their pet snow dog. Here's a big snowman bending a Christmas tree to put a topper on it. And the potato smash bumper cars next to it are outfitted in multicolored lights. And making our way past the bumper cars to almost back to the Kandy Kaleidoscope is a little penguin crossing a bridge between two candy canes. That's a fun little touch that's easy to miss because it's kind of not in a place a lot of people walk. Inside the gift ship, they've added some Christmas lights and trees and other decorations. Here's the tree as you first enter. Down some stairs, so I'm sorry for the camera angle for a second as I take a step down the stairs. Here's the Christmas tree. A Christmas Vacation parody t-shirt. Actually, a couple of them. Here's one for Elf. And one for Home Anna Malone. That's a mouthful, but there you go. Phantom's Revenge is closed for the season, so rather than waste the space, they put Santa in his sleigh with all his reindeer at the top of the hill. It's a good use of the space. Here's a better look at Santa and his reindeer on top of the Phantom's Revenge. And another look at Santa on the hill, trying to get as many good looks at that as I can because it's so far away it's hard to get a good shot of it, but hopefully there's just some good ones. Out in front of the pirate they put a fun little decoration. Kid got his tongue stuck to a light pole. They had to call the fire department and the police to come get it off of there. And then he walked into class with a bandage around his tongue. Here's a fun little Kennywood sign, the Kennywood Aero covered in a bunch of holly and holiday lights. That one is directly across from the pirate. They have this little laid up Jack-in-the-Box. This is probably the least scary Jack-in-the-Box you'll see. Here's an elf carrying a bunch of presents, look like he's about to drop them. They just need to animate this and make him actually drop the presents. It's kind of strange that they don't do that. And right at the foot of the pirate ship, they have this fun little dinosaur wearing a Santa hat. I mentioned that the Phantom's Revenge is closed for the season, but not only is the Phantom's Revenge closed for the season, everything beyond the Phantom's Revenge is also closed for the season. That includes the Scream and Swing, Exterminator, Black Widow, everything that was back along this way. And there's this one rainbow colored tree that leads you down to a bunch of jumping fish in the water. And then you come to the gate to Lost Kennywood, which is the other side of what we saw a minute ago past Phantom's Revenge. That area is the Lost Kennywood area. At least if they're going to close the area, they do a really good job with the facade. This is a lot of fun to look at. I could probably sit and stare at this for a while. There's also a little photo op over here with Frosty. This is really fun. I'm not sure if this is supposed to represent something or what, but this light show that they have right outside the Lost Kennywood gate's cool looking. And also past all these multicolored lights, they have a cool stack of lights on top of the funnel cake place out here right outside of Lost Kennywood. Almost looks like a stack of presents. They did a really fun job decorating Noah's Ark for the season. It even looks like it's in the water. They put some blue lights to represent the water on the bottom of the ship. After stopping the rocking for Halloween, the rocking is back now. Next to the whale that is the entrance to Noah's Ark, they also have a lit up whale. You can see it swimming through the water, and every time it blows water out of its blowhole, it blows its Santa hat off its top. If you're really cold on your visit to Kennywood, they have a nice big bonfire out in front of Noah's Ark. That's the best way to warm up. Even though it's on the back side, they didn't leave any stone unturned. They covered the back of Noah's Ark in bright lights as well. As you walk around Noah's Ark, you find pairs of animals. A couple of lambs, a couple of rabbits. Well, one looks like a rabbit, one looks like a donkey. There's, to me at least, there's definitely a pair of camels there. Oh, never mind, there are two donkeys. The other one's just over here. Donkey there, donkey here, the two camels, and just one rabbit randomly. Probably my second favorite light display at the park is this rainbow tunnel you can walk through. The light patterns are fun. And then after you pass through it, you come out to a bunch of elves riding a roller coaster. We saw this in the daytime when we first got here. It looks so much more fun at night. I love this. The Parkside Cafe has a nice big wreath on it in addition to the garland all alongside the fencing. But we have to go inside the Parkside Cafe because they usually have something special inside for the holiday season. Well, not food, but it is nicely decorated inside. They have a nice Christmas tree as a centerpiece. And that's not the only Christmas tree in here. Behind the giant bow and wreaths that they have over here, they also have another Christmas tree on this side. They also have some ornaments and bells hanging on. But on the actual menu, special item that they have right now, they have the Death by Chocolate Cake and Holiday Cupcakes. Assortment of your favorite baked cakes and holiday cupcakes from local bakeries. So they actually admit they do not bake these on site, but they are from local bakeries, so they're not imported from some big chain. They do come locally in the Pittsburgh area. They've added the Merry Christmas to the TVs, which is kind of cool. They have the holiday turkey dinner as well, which I think we saw earlier in the year, but I'm not sure, probably not. Roasted turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, seasonal vegetable mix, cranberry sauce, and dinner roll. They made this cabinet really festive as well, putting in some presents and little mini Christmas trees in here. Snowman head. Here, look at the display of some of the holiday cupcakes. They have snowman heads, wreaths, Santa heads. This I don't think is holiday themed, but they have what I believe is a Kenny over here, which is really cool. The exterior of Jeeters Pub is well decorated for the holiday. A special note on the balcony above the claw machines on the far end of Jeeters Pub, they have 3 carolers. If only they actually had singing coming from up there, that would be a nice touch. Inside of Jeeters, there are several different special drinks. They have a rum reindeer, a peppermint candy cane margarita, a cranberry winter fizz, a Yuletide hot toddy, and a Jack Frost. They also have some hot chocolate and a couple of other special frozen alcoholic beverages as well. The inside of Jeeters has multiple Christmas trees. One on the counter over here, a smaller one. There's also a big one at the main entrance, and then another one over in the far corner over here. The walkway by Jeeters is flanked by a couple of poinsettias. One on that side, and then another one over here. The games near Jeeters have switched up their prizes for the holiday. The basketball game has these hot chocolate mugs, red and green, also some snowmen that you can win. The cat rack, in addition to having these Santa hat wearing cats at the bottom of it, also has a little stuffed snowman up here as a prize. And a Santa, almost missed that Santa somehow. The lobster pot game has their pots wrapped around with garland. Also has some festive lobsters with Christmas lights at the bottom. They also have a special Pikachu holding a candy cane, in addition to some of the other special Pokemon we've seen before, like the Santa Hat Pikachu. The rollerball game has some bells hanging down. And the goblet toss game has some squishable prizes and has some snowflakes and stars hanging down. Ghostwood Estates has decorated their queue with a whole bunch of multicolored holiday lights, and they will also play some creepy theremin and organ versions of some Christmas classics. It's funny that they can take Christmas songs and make them creepy. This is fun. Right across from Ghostwood Estate, a gingerbread man bouncing on a trampoline. They also have a bunch of other gingerbread men along this fence. The Kennywood Junction section of the park has become the Gingerbread Junction section for the season. I believe this is new for this year. Nighttime look at Gingerbread Junction. They actually do a show continually throughout the area. The lights blink in time to the music that's playing in here. We also have a live band as well. So a couple of different pieces of entertainment in this little area. There's cookie decorating in the area as well. If you want to do the cookie decorating, it is inside this little building right here. You would cross over the railroad tracks right there and just come around into the building. Some more of the musical light show over here.
Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus.
This is a lot of fun. And then if we come around and cross over the railroad tracks, we can see some more lights. This is a really fun display right here. This is what I was expecting the trees near the burger place to be doing, singing to the song. cookie decorating is $6.99 to decorate 2 cookies with icing, and you can add an extra large gingerbread cookie for $1 more, so that'd be $7.99. And you would come over here to Mrs. Claus's Bakery to sign up for that, which is right outside of the building where you would go to actually decorate the cookies. The other noteworthy thing over here is they've changed the name of the train to the Gingerbread Express and completely changed the signage to have a gingerbread man piloting or conducting, I guess, the train. And then as you saw earlier, Santa went into Celebration Station, which is where you can do a meet and greet with him right through here. The building where Santa is actually a pretty big building, and you can walk around the building, and they have these giant windows. You can kind of peek inside a little bit. It looks very festive in there. Well, they kind of block your view with this tree here, but in general, it's pretty festive in there. There are a bunch of claw machines in the area. A few of them have changed up their prizes for the season. This one has a bunch of different snowmen wearing different outfits. This one has some holiday hamsters. And this one has a bunch of holiday gnomes. I'm still not sure how gnomes came to be associated with Christmas, but there you go. At the top of the auto race ride right outside of Kiddieland, they have Santa on a motorcycle. Quite a difference from his usual sleigh. At the garden stage right outside the entrance to Kiddieland, they have the Holiday Highlight local performance groups, local bands that perform here. They have a couple of show times a day on most days. Unfortunately, we are not here on a day where that's happening, but the garden stage is this little amphitheater right here. Like I said, it's right outside of Kiddieland if you're looking for it. Right outside the garden stage, there is this fun little light display of a train going down a mountain. Right across from that, the entrance to Kiddieland looks really nice, decorated here. These toy soldiers are really appropriate this time of year. Of particular note are these 2 little reindeer. You can stick your head through one of them. It's a nice light display. Kiddieland has a color scheme of white and blue trees, which is nice. It's fun to look at, but of even bigger note in this area, you get a great view of the 100-foot tall Christmas tree in here. It's right up against the tree, so the view is great. They also have this stack of presents that you can have your picture taken in front of as well. The Hook-a-Duck game in Kiddieland, a winner every time game, also has a couple of holiday-themed prizes, or well, a holiday-themed prize. They have this reindeer with a scarf. They also have a special pick-a-stocking game, which is a winner every time game. Snackosaurus is a restaurant in the backside of Kiddieland. Past Snackosaurus, if you keep walking, there is a giant Santa with a bunch of presents. Some snowflakes with some lights that say, "Let it snow." Basically, you have to come all the way to the back of the park to see this one. They also have a couple of little toy soldiers as well back here. Near the giant Christmas tree is the pizza warehouse, and then the Golden Nugget. The Golden Nugget should have some holiday dipped ice cream. I guess because it's so cold, maybe it's not open right now, so we can't see the special holiday menu for the Golden Nugget, but when it's open right here near the giant tree, they have special holiday items. Across from the Golden Nugget are a couple of other restaurants for holiday lights. The first one has Pedro's Walking Tacos, as well as the usual hot chocolate with marshmallows. Also, right outside of Kiddieland, there's another food booth for holiday lights. They have, this particular one has fried s'mores, a warm apple pie a la mode, and also like the other pop-up booths, they have hot chocolate with marshmallows and cream. As we were walking by Ghostwood Estate, we happened to spy Santa in the window. I'm not sure if he'll come by again. There we go. Yeah, Santa is in the window of Ghostwood Estate. That's a really funny sight. It's probably very easy to miss. Here's another food place that popped up for Hollywood Nights. It's directly across from the mail area. They have a hot Thanksgiving sandwich and a smoked turkey leg, and of course the hot chocolate with marshmallows and cream. At the Creamery in the Pagoda on the backside of Fire Breathing Sausage, they have one special, well, I guess technically two special items if you count the hot chocolate that we've seen everywhere. The special item here is the Naughty or Nice waffle cone. You can choose chocolate or vanilla served in either red velvet or midnight vanilla waffle cone. You can also top with festive holiday sprinkles or crushed peanuts. That's kind of fun. You got a lot of variety there. There is a really tiny building across from the Fire Breathing Sausage where you can write letters to Santa. They have the big Santa mailbox out here. They have the Santa's Workshop sign out above the doorway and a statue of Santa standing out in the front. And around the side, this fun little snowman sitting on the bench. Jen couldn't miss her opportunity to sit with a snowman. And as we leave for the night, here is a look at the carousel horse at the front of the park outside the gate, lit up at night with its Christmas ornaments and Christmas lights on the ground. It's a nice way to say goodnight to you after the event. So that was our look at Kennywood for their Holiday Lights event. We had a really good time. The lights were really impressive. We noticed compared to other holiday events we've done this year and in previous years, this was more light focused than show focused. Unfortunately, we were here on a day where two of the shows that they will frequently do were not taking place. So there actually are two more shows than what we captured in this video, but still overall this park is more focused on their light displays than their shows. But because they're focused so heavily on the lights, they do an amazing job on the lights. We really enjoyed going around the park, taking a look at what they had to offer. We normally like to go around the park in kind of the order you would visit things if you were visiting the park yourself, but this park isn't as linear as many parks, so this video may be chopped up. I'm going to try to do my best to edit it in a way that makes sense, but it may be kind of messy compared to our usual videos at other parks, so we hope you can follow along and still get some enjoyment out of it. If you enjoyed taking a look at this video, we would appreciate if you would give the video a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Every like and subscribe is a big help to the channel. Also, please be sure to check out our Instagram page appearing over Jen's head right now. Right below that is our email address, and then right beneath Jen is our email address. Please be sure to email us any questions, comments, concerns, constructive criticism. We read all of them and we appreciate any feedback that you give. So, thanks a lot for watching.
Thanks for watching, but the fun's not over yet. Click the box in front of my face for another fun video, or click my tree to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss another video.